Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to upgrade my dash cam to the latest that Blackvue has.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and over there is Adam. I caught him off guard.
I was throwing stuff away.
He's like, hold on. This is my garage, and this is my Ferrari 458. If you haven't watched the channel for a long time, you know that I am a huge proponent of having a dash cam in your car. I think they're very important pieces, especially when you have nice cars. It's an extra added layer of insurance, in my opinion. I have already had incidents where they pretty much pay for themselves. I have the older version of the 900 series camera in my car right now. We're gonna upgrade it to the latest and greatest 900 Plus. So there's a few things that make it a little bit different. We'll talk about that in just a second. But real quick, if you wanna buy one of these Blackvue dash cams, you can do so on our website, normalguysupercar.com. Unfortunately, we don't offer any discounts on the Blackvue cameras because we don't even make 10% margin on these things. So we can't really offer a discount on these things. We don't make a whole lot of money on them. But hey, you know what? That means basically you're paying the same price here as you will anywhere else. So if you need a dash cam, buy it from us and at least support us. We do appreciate when you guys do that. But you can use the code NGS10 and it takes off 10% almost everything else. And please like, share, and subscribe. That does help us out.
This is like the most satisfying.
Oh, I know. When you pull off the covers. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's so good. So I think it's actually got the same mount, or it looks like it's the same mount backwards. They have a different sensor, so it's the same resolution as the other 900 series, but it's a different sensor. If you didn't know, this video is sponsored, so Blackvue hooked me up. These help you out when things go bad, and it's really nice, like when you get into an accident and the other person's like, I didn't hit you, and when they clearly did, well, guess what? I got on dash cam, so we're going to send this to the insurance company, and good luck. And Adam will tell you, he working for the insurance company that he did before this, when people would come and send you dash cam footage, it's pretty much like a, oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
It makes it really easy. So
if somebody tries to claim that you merged over on them or something like that, the dash cam can see the lines and everything. So
yep.
I run a dash cam in all of our vehicles.
Yeah, that should tell you something. Former insurance guy has dash cams in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel. All right, YouTube, there is the rear camera for the old system. So I'm just going to pull it out and reuse that mount. You know, it's the same mount effectively. So hold on. We're just going to go in here and disconnect it. Come on. Jeez. Come on. There. You want to slide it in. Just like so. Yeah, easy peasy. There. Connect it. The rear camera is in place. Well, crap sticks. I was testing the wire to see if it works on the camera, and it does not. So we are going to have to change the wire, which sucks. Oh, man. So that means we're going to have to pull off this little piece and this trim piece and get the wires, because the wires come down and go to there. Oh boy. Okay, well, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than expected. Okay. I already got one side of this off. It was actually loose. So I just had my windshield replaced. I don't think they put that back in correctly because I was able to pry it off with my finger. There's actually a little tab. Normally you have to depress. There it goes. See, normally you have to kind of depress those with the screwdriver. Okay, and then we got to unscrew some little Allens in there. Those look like they're 3. So as soon as you get off those 3mm Allens, this panel just comes right out. You don't have to actually fully disconnect it, you just need it out of the way. So in here we can see I've got my wires run right here. This is the wire we need. There it is. I actually did a trick last time. I wonder if I can redo that same trick, which is I ran a wire puller through the trim piece out over here, out the trim right here on the weather stripping, and then I just ran the wires in this tucked in weather stripping, so we could give that a try. So the weather stripping just kind of pops out. Is kind of a little tricky to get. There we go. There. So we can see the wire right here, and I'm gonna have to loosen it up. So we're gonna have to take off the this piece, which is Phillips screws. So I need to get a Phillips. Now I got that piece off. I don't think I need to do the other side. Just there. Just gotta pull it down a little. just to get enough loose.
Look at all this sunscreen on his door panel, YouTube.
Oh, yeah, well, because I'm translucent.
Just 1 second. I need to put on sunscreen quick.
It's like Narnia up there.
God, there's a lot of little things it keeps getting stuck on. There. Good Lord.
It's an honor watching you work, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
All right, so my battery is located right here, so we're gonna have to remove this panel to get access there, and the windshield wiper.
All this for a dash cam.
Yeah, well, it's worth it.
Both wipers must come off.
I can't remember. I think they're 17.
Ferrari. Own a Ferrari, they said. It'll be
fun.
fun, they said.
I mean, it is, here and there. Is it a bad thing that I've had to do this enough times I remember exactly what size they all are now? Like, oh yeah, that's a 17.
Do you think Ferrari would put windshield wipers on their cars if they weren't mandated to by the feds?
It'd probably be an option.
Because they'd be like, nobody will drive these cars in the rain.
They're like, it's a very expensive option.
$10,000.
Yeah.
I wonder what car manufacturers would make them standard and which wouldn't.
It's actually a really reasonable question.
Yeah, because these are the kinds of things that go through my mind.
Would you like to find a way to respond to those intrusive thoughts that have been bombarding your brain? If so, stay tuned.
I think that it'd be safe to say that, like, you know, your Dodges, your Chevys, your Fords,
Probably would have it.
Hondas. Yeah, I feel like normal daily driven vehicles. Let us know below. Do you think Ferrari would put windshield wipers on as standard, or would they do what Dan does and make them a very expensive option? Let us know.
Fair.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Italian windshield wipers.
here is my battery system. And here's the plug. So we have to undo all these wires.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
It
Sadly.
plugs in with the cigarette lighter adapter?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of convenient.
Yeah.
It's not annoying. Or...
No, and it's a big battery. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a beefy battery. And actually, it's not even technically a battery, it's a capacitor. So it charges in 15 minutes. That's why it's so badass.
Red or blue? Red or blue?
Yellow, oh no!
Yeah, there's a story out there. Somebody asked a bomb defusing technician, do they ever get nervous when they're defusing a bomb? And he said, no. Either I'm right or suddenly it's not my problem anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a funny / very morbid way to look at it. I would imagine you probably wouldn't feel anything. You would just go from existing to not existing real quick.
Green is good, and green is good, and red is good, and yellow is good, and clip whatever you want.
Denso.
Yeah.
That's Toyota.
Yeah.
There's Toyota parts on your Italian supercar.
What did you say?
Look at made in Italy. Denso Italia. There's
doesn't
German
make
parts
that
in here
sense.
too, because it's got some Bosch stuff.
Well, because they needed something to work, right?
Funny thing is, that's the one part everyone's concerned about is the electronics.
What electronics specifically?
The computers, the ECUs,
Well, that's because they're idiots and run 2 ECUs to run 1 engine.
which is actually kind of brilliant in a weird way.
Except not really. Explain to us how that's brilliant, Dan.
Well, if something goes wrong, it still will run on half the engine.
Yes, because Ferrari owners will drive a 4-cylinder Ferrari.
Well, here's the other thing. It actually enables them to do more advanced stuff because you get twice the computing power. So it's got twice the resolution of a normal engine.
My iPhone has more computing power than the Apollo missions did. I'm pretty sure they're not limited on computer power nowadays.
I mean, this is a 2010, so the computers were probably made in like 2006, right? That's like some janky old crap. I'm sure your smartphone's faster than the computers in this car.
You Ferrari people will do some amazing mental gymnastics to justify some stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And people with a messed up ego can do these mental gymnastics to convince themselves they're awesome when really they're just douchebags.
So you had to hook the capacitor up to the main battery?
So that capacitor is wired into an ignition source, yes. So when the car turns on, it charges up the battery quickly. I want to show you, so see, different connector. This one's got the 2-piece. So I got my wire puller. We're gonna run this up through here, get it all the way through, and then we'll connect it to the wire and pull it through. Take this in. My little thingy broke on that side, so
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, no.
It's never fun when your thing breaks.
We're just gonna use
Oh, it used to have a clip or something?
Yeah. I've used it a lot. It's old. So.
Yeah. Still works though, you have a kid.
Yeah. High five! High five! All taped up. We just send it through. Send it! There. Like a glove.
Like a glove.
Might want to get that curve checked out.
Yeah. Still works. We'll run this out through the front of this panel. Whoa.
What was that?
This thing has some live juice. It touched the ground and it sparked. Hopefully I didn't just fry the fuse. Alright, gotta be a little bit careful.
Why don't you put some electrical tape over it? That disregards your theory of the capacitor being dead.
Good point. Hand me the keys and the thing.
We'll plug in the camera right now, see if it works. That will tell us right now.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Power.
So we did
have to run the wire. Alright, I feel like less of a dipshit now.
You're still a dipshit.
Yeah, but I mean less. Slightly less. No SD card. Okay, cool. Restarting. Phew. Yeah, wow, that was crazy. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to mount this. Then we're going to manage all the wires since, yeah, we're going to do that. So you want this to be facing the right direction, obviously. And I kind of want it hidden, so I'm going to mount it below the mirror. The tricky thing is, this windshield's brand new, so I don't have to worry about cleaning it. It's like literally been used once. I've literally driven the car once since the new windshield got installed. I hate getting these stupid sticky things off. They're really sticky.
Well, they don't even like put a little tab for you to grab onto.
No, that's my only complaint. All right, and
you listening, Blackvue?
Yeah,
tab.
Little tab. All right, so I'm gonna get it just right. All right, that all tucked in there. Gotta get that screwed in. There. Gotta get that pin just right. There. There. I hate those things. Okay, now for this guy. So this little piece that covers up those screw holes, it's got little tiny hooks. So you gotta make sure you get it hooked and then push it up. And then you can see here's where you can insert a screwdriver. When these tabs are squished in, see like that, then a screwdriver will release them. So kind of hook them in right there. There. Ta-da.
Ooh.
Get that wire tucked in nicely. Finally. Yay! Yay. Okay, upgrading. Do not disconnect the power. That's a good thing. Finally getting somewhere.
Starting normal recording.
Yay! Alright, I think it's working. Yeah, obviously it doesn't have any GPS signal inside the garage. Place your hand and touch the proximity sensor. Okay. There. Yay! Enter camera name. Okay. Now connect. Searching for device. Oh shit, there it goes. Let's see the live view. Live view front. Boom. How about that? Nice. Alright, clearly we gotta change the setting because it's saying kilometers per hour. So we're gonna have to do that in a second. There's one setting that I really, really recommend you change in these cameras, which is there's a proximity sensor on the side. You can wave your hand by the camera while it's going, and it'll turn on what's called manual recording. I use that whenever I see something happen on the road. So I'm driving along, something crazy happens. All I have to do is see, wave my hand in front of it, and it starts doing a manual recording, which locks that file as a separate file. So I prefer that I think that's really handy. Okay, so this is pretty much working in the 458. We'll show you the before and after of the 900 versus the 900 Plus. So my old camera is the 900S. So we'll show you that now. Alrighty, now that we have the camera installed in my car, we're going to install my old camera in Meg's cars. Basically the same thing, we're going to try and get it all hooked up. The only catch is that this one we're just going to plug into the cigarette lighter or hardwire. I think I'm just going to plug into the cigarette lighter so it won't run when the car is off, unfortunately, but that's okay. Well, maybe I'll eventually get a battery for it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to run a wire from the cigarette lighter up through the trim kind of into the center, and we're going to use like these little trim tools to just kind of tuck it into the trim and get it stashed in where we can. Then we're going to have to run another wire from the camera back up along the trim, all along the ceiling into the way back of the car, way back where Adam is, and get it set. We can get the rear camera mounted up, so that's going to be a pain in the butt too. Camera is in place. Woohoo! So on this car, basically, we just used the trim tools and effectively just tucked it up into the trim. So you just kind of jam it in there. You can see there's the wires right there, just barely see them. Wires are tucked in up here, all the way into the back. And then for the rear camera, you have to make sure you leave a lot of slack since that door opens quite far. So it will have like kind of like a dangling wire, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is.
Well, what you could do is you could take a clip.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll clip those clips up here and right there.
Yeah.
That'll work. All right, so let's do that real quick just to kind of keep it out of the way. So I think we only spent maybe 30 minutes on my wife's car.
Less than that.
It was less than that, yeah. So maybe 20
but there's
minutes.
2 of us.
Yeah, there's 2 of us. So, I mean...
And we've both done this before.
Yeah, so maybe it'd take you 30 minutes to an hour to install it on most cars, even with the 2 cameras. As long as you're not doing like a really complicated hardwire install, which if you're getting one of the newer cameras like the Plus series, they do have the hard wiring where it automatically turns off after a period of time, so you probably do want to hardwire those. Those you'll have to obviously find some sort of power source. It's going to be a little bit trickier, and ignition source. So you want those, you'll have to find those 2 things. Then you're going to do like a fuse tap and get into like, you know, maybe like the radio fuse or something like that. It'll probably add an extra, I'm going to say 30 minutes to an hour. So worst case scenario, you're talking maybe a 2-hour install. And again, this is going to provide you all sorts of security about if something happens, and the fact that they have parking modes, so they're running even when the car is off, is awesome. So then you can kind of park these cars and feel a little bit safer. Because as you know, I've seen my car actually got bumped in valet. Some lady backed into it. I saw someone put gum on my car. So they catch stuff when people are doing bad things. And plus the one situation that you really hope never happens, but it's the best for when you have these, is if someone like hits your car and runs or gets in an accident with you and then tries to deny fault. So that's where these are really going to save your butt. And first time that happens, it's going to pay for itself big time. That's why we're installing these cameras. Again, Blackvue dash cameras on our website, normalguysupercar.com. Go check out the Dashcam section. And unfortunately, you can't use the code NGS10, but we do appreciate when you guys support the channel through liking, sharing, subscribing, and of course buying stuff from our website. We really do appreciate that. Thank you to all of you that have done that in the past, and for those of you that are going to do it in the future. You know the drill. We have more car stuff coming your way, so you're going to want to stay tuned.
It's going to be sweet.